Welcome to Kinshasa today. This week, we're doing a deep dive into how our city is remembering a true giant, Papa Wemba.
Mm.
It's 9 years now since he passed away, and we've been looking at all the local reporting on the commemorations, trying to understand how his legacy is, still felt right here.
Yeah, absolutely. And for anyone really into Congolese culture, our music,
Yeah.
while seeing how Papa Wemba is still honored almost a decade on,
Yeah.
it really tells you something about his enduring impact.
Right. It's like a snapshot of where the culture is right now.
Exactly.
So picture this. It's April 2025, 9 years gone since that really sad day in Abidjan. But looking around, Kinshasa is just, full of remembrance. It feels like the whole city's sort of pausing to think about him.
It really is quite something. The commemorations weren't just a one-off thing either. They've been spread out over several days.
Yeah, I saw reports mentioning events from April 24th to the 27th specifically.
Right, and then there's the exhibition at the Musée National that's running even longer until May 11th. So it's quite a sustained period.
It shows the significance, doesn't it?
It really does. And the whole point, it seems, is making sure his cultural footprint isn't forgotten. He shaped so much.
He really did. And a lot of the activity seems to have centered around the Centre Culturel et Artistique pour les Pays de l'Afrique, Central Secopac.
Yes, Secopac was definitely a hub. They kicked things off, I think it was April 24th, with some important voices reflecting on his legacy.
Yeah, we heard Baudouin Wolaba and Balufu Bakupakanyinda were speaking.
Highlighting his musical importance, his cultural weight, and importantly, his international reach.
And it wasn't just talk, which was good. They screened a short film, too, Mbamba.
That's right, by Miche Sunzu. And after that, a panel discussion. Figures like Gina Ifange, Mike Munan, real heavyweights from our music scene.
So different ways to engage with his legacy right there, film, discussion.
Exactly, offering different perspectives. And then the next day, April 25th, they showed a documentary, Papa Wemba, Un homme, une histoire.
Oh, the one by Rostam Buka from Brazzaville,
Yeah.
right.
That's the one. Apparently, it covered his whole journey, like from 1966 right up until, the end. Sounds pretty comprehensive.
Sounds essential, really. And it wasn't just local voices, was it? I read something about Pepe Felemanuaku Waku.
Yes. His former collaborator, he sent a virtual testimony all the way from Switzerland called Papa Wemba, the timeless ambassador of Congolese rumba.
Wow, that adds a really personal touch, hearing from someone who knew him, worked with him.
It really does. A very heartfelt contribution. And besides these specific events, Secopac also launched a digital exhibition.
Right, running since the 24th. What's that like?
Well, it was meant to be an immersive dive into his life, his work, his whole artistic style,
Yeah.
And being digital, it means more people can access it, which is great. Open like 9 a.m. to 8 p.m., I think.
Good hours.
Yeah.
And Secopac really rounded things off that weekend, too.
They did. Big tribute concert on the 26th. Reddy Amisi was there, Bana Molokai.
And Mama Amazon, his widow, was present, too.
Yeah, she was. And then on the Sunday the 27th, a screening of La Vie est Belle.
Ah, the classic. So many people remember him from that film.
Absolutely. And what really struck me about all the Secopac events? They were all free.
Really? That's significant.
Yeah, free and open to the public. It just underlines this desire to share his memory widely, to make sure everyone, especially younger people, can connect with his legacy.
That's fantastic. But Secopac wasn't the only place, was it? The National Museum had something major going on, too.
Oh, definitely. The Musée National de la République démocratique du Congo. They've got the 100% star exhibition.
That's the one running till May 11th.
Exactly. And it sounds incredible. They've gathered photos, stage outfits. Can you imagine seeing those? Personal items, even rare recordings. It's like stepping into his world.
Seeing the actual outfits. Wow. And I gather the exhibition puts a big focus on his connection to La Sape.
Yes, very much so. It highlights how central he was to bringing La Sape, the Société des Ambianceurs, des Personnes Élégantes, to international attention.
And for anyone listening who maybe isn't as familiar, La Sape is, well, it's much more than just fancy clothes, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. It's a whole cultural movement, a philosophy almost. It's about elegance, self-expression, affirming dignity, using style as a statement.
Right.
Papa Wemba didn't just wear the clothes, he lived that philosophy. It was part of his identity. Deeply intertwined with his music and his message, he took it global.
It really drives home that he was so much more than a singer, a cultural architect almost.
Definitely. The reports keep calling him colossal, A figure who inspired artists everywhere, not just here. Someone who really put African culture on the map internationally.
Yeah, that theme comes through again and again, bridging cultures.
And the timelessness of the music itself, it still gets played, it still resonates. He just had this knack for tapping into emotion, didn't he?
Yeah.
A spokesperson for emotions, someone called him.
That's a great phrase. And an ambassador of Congolese culture.
Perfectly put. You
Right.
think about that voice. Powerful. The lyrics, often quite poetic. And his stage presence, just magnetic.
An icon. And you can't separate that from La Sape, can you? It was all part of the package.
Exactly. It was integral. It represented, well, a modern, stylish, proud African identity. And then there are the songs themselves. Tracks like,
Show me the way.
yeah, or Yeti-O, Mukali Ikabaluka.
Classics.
Absolute classics. They're not museum pieces. They're still alive, part of our soundscape. They speak to our experiences.
So when you look at all this activity, the concerts, the exhibitions, the films, the discussions over the past weeks, what's the big picture?
Oh.
How is Kinshasa remembering him 9 years on?
I think the overwhelming sense is one of profound respect and real continuing affection. His vision, pushing for African culture to be seen, respected globally, that's left such a deep mark. He's a source of pride, a real emotional touchstone for Congolese people, for Africans everywhere. These commemorations, they just confirm how huge his legacy remains.
Yeah.
A true giant.
So summing it up, Kinshasa really pulled together for this 9th anniversary a mix of art, exhibitions, personal stories, all honoring Papa Wemba.
Yeah, and the key threads running through it all are, first, his incredible enduring music, and second, his massive influence on our identity, especially through La Sape, which is still such a force.
It really gets you thinking, doesn't it? How these icons, these cultural figures keep shaping who we are as a nation long after they're gone.
Absolutely.
Makes you wonder what parts of Papa Wemba's legacy, all those different facets, will be the ones that really resonate with the next generation here in Kinshasa and, further afield.
That's the question, isn't it?
It just shows the power, the lasting power of music and cultural movements to leave such an indelible mark, something to reflect on.